Ready, set, read! So there might be a reason why competitive reading isn't really a spectator sport. Still, our read-along of the first Cherub book, The Recruit, is going to be the height of excitement. There are going to be videos from Leslie at Words of a Reader, Monica Fumarolo, I'm so sorry. Lily from Miss Lilypad X, Claire from Paper Bookmarks, and Emma from Kirable. Oh, and you guys should make videos too. Yeah, you don't have to have won a competition. You don't have to be one of the people I just really badly named to take part. If you've won a copy of The Recruit, great. If you've already got a copy of The Recruit, also great. If not, libraries, or there's a link to the book depository as always in the bottom of my video, which will mean you can buy the book and also give some of that money to me, and I'll buy myself like Ferraris and diamond encrusted books. That's what I do. Let me quickly announce the winner of the book I was giving away from my last video, which I was meant to do a week ago, but I got a job on Twitter tweeting typos. I don't understand. My winner is Shanalyn Wheeler. Shanalyn? I'm so sorry. A copy of this book will be whizzing its way to you. I will get in contact ASAP so I can direct my book-laden owl the right way. So I have a handy tick list of reasons you should take part in this read-along. Firstly, if you've always been dying to read Cherub, and now we are giving you that opportunity. Come on, let's go. 2, if you've always been dying to read with one of your favourite YouTubers. Yeah, I know. I'm here for you. Seriously though, reading with other people is great. You can do that. Oh my god, have you got to page 57 yet? You need to get to chapter 14, the bit where so-and-so gets his so-and-so on with the thing. 3, if you want to be part of the conversation. Maybe you've been thinking for a while, I'd kind of like to do a video, but I'm shy or I don't know what to do it on. Here, we've given you a topic. Maybe you have made a few videos before, but you don't really seem to get that many views. Here, we will watch your video. I definitely will. I want other people to share my reading experience with, and I'm sure the host of other YouTubers I'm collaborating with will as well. Also, despite it being the YouTube book club, you definitely don't have to make a video to take part. You can leave your reading experiences in comments on our videos. You can send them us on Twitter, either @ing us on our Twitter names or using the hashtag #TheRecruitReadalong. You can send them on Tumblr, you can put pictures of yourself and your book on Instagram. Any way you want to take part, we will definitely engage with you. When I did this for a few years ago, for the first time with Good Omens, I made some great friends. I was having conversations with people across oceans, halfway around the world, about a book we were reading together. And it was really fun. So whether you've won one of our copies, whether you've ordered it off the book depository and are now tapping on your keyboard impatiently waiting for it to get there, or if you've just walked round to your local library, maybe if you've read it before but have decided you'll reread it or just use your memories of it for this, let's read together, guys. I'll start you off. Chapter 1, Science. James Choke hated combined science. It should have been test tubes, jets of gas and sparks flying all over the place, like he'd imagined when he was still in primary school. What he got was an hour, propped on a stool, watching Mrs. Vult write on a blackboard. You had to write everything down, even though the photocopier got invented 40 years earlier. It was last lesson but one, raining outside and turning dark. James was sleepy, because the lab was hot, and he'd been up late playing Grand Theft Auto the night before. Samantha Jennings sat next to him. Teachers thought Samantha was fantastic, always volunteering for stuff, neat uniform, gloss nails. She did all her diagrams with 3 different coloured pens and covered her exercise books in wrapping paper so they looked extra smart. But when the teachers weren't looking, Samantha was a total cow. James hated her. She was always winding him up about his mum being fat. James's mum is so fat they have to grease the bathtub or she gets stuck in it. Samantha's cronies laughed, same as always. James's mum was huge. She had to order her clothes out of a special catalogue for fat people. It was a nightmare being seen with her. People pointed, stared, little kids mimicked the way she walked. James loved his mum, but he tried to find excuses when she wanted to go somewhere with him. "I went for a 5-mile jog yesterday," Samantha said. 2 laps around James's mum. James looked up at her from his exercise book. "That's so funny, Samantha. Even funnier than the first 3 times you said it." James was one of the toughest kids in Year 7. Any boy cussing his mum would get a punch. But what could you do when it was a girl? Next lesson he'd sit as far from Samantha as he could. "Your mum's so fat," James was sick of it. He jumped up, his stool tipped over backwards. "What is it with you, Samantha?" James shouted. The lab was quiet. Every eye turned to the action. "What's the matter, James?" Samantha grinned. "Can't take a joke?" "Mr. Choke, pick up your seat and get on with your work," Miss Fulk shouted. "You say one more word, Samantha, I'll—" James was never very good with comebacks. "I'll bloody—" Samantha giggled. "What will you do, James? Go home and cuddle big fat mummy?" James wanted to see something other than a stupid grin on Samantha's face. He grabbed Samantha off her stool, bundled her up against the wall, and then spun her around to face him. He froze in shock. Blood was running down Samantha's face. Her cheek had a long cut where it had caught on a nail sticking out of the wall. James backed away, scared. Samantha cupped her hands over the blood and started bawling her head off. Everyone in James's class was making some sort of noise. James couldn't face up to what he'd done. No one would believe it was an accident. He made a run for the door. Miss Fulk grabbed James's blazer. "Where do you think you're going?" "Get out of my way," James shouted. He gave Miss Fulk a shove. She toppled backwards, limbs flipping helplessly in the air like a beetle turned upside down. He slammed the classroom door and ran down the corridor. The school gates were locked, but he escaped over the barrier in the teacher's car park. Anyway, sorry for the gap in videos. They'll be back on track now with lots of videos this week for the read-along. Looking forward to seeing loads of you. Let's get our read on. Bye, guys.